Welcome back to Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. I have a very special guest here tonight. Remember, I told you I would be interviewing this lovely lady. Her name is Dr. Vanessa Canty. Hello, Dr. Canty.
Hello, Dr. Clark. How are you?
I am great. I am great. Let me just say that I really, really want to thank you for coming on. And I also want to thank you for those years of service with for our country. I appreciate that. 20 years. That's a long time.
Enjoyed it.
So I know that you gave me a short bio of you, and just kind of recap a little bit. I know that you were a department chair. Actually, I came on after you. I appreciate that. And now you are working as a community-based instructor. Am I correct?
Yes, that's only half. Well, I won't even say half. That's a portion of what I do.
Yeah, I now this is your opportunity to tell us everything else. Like I said,
Okay.
I just got a little
again, Dr. Clark, thank you for having me. And as you stated in the bio, I am currently serving, and I use the word serving because that's how I feel that I am giving back once again. I did my time in the military, and now I'm serving our community at the Griffin-Spalding County School System at Griffin High School, where I serve as a self-contained teacher, but I also work with the community and transition our students from high school to the workforce to college.
All right.
That is one of the goals. But of course, this pandemic kind of put a little screech in our brakes, but we're going to continue to move forward.
Okay, awesome. You know, when you start to talk about community-based, a lot of times people may not quite understand when you say community-based learning. Can you just explain a little to our audience and kind of let them know what it is and how it actually does impact our students, and how, if you didn't have that, how we would have a real deficit when it comes to our students having something after graduation?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. And as I listened to one of your other episodes where you interviewed Ms. Doss, you talk about the transition plan. The transition plan plays a major role in all of this. That is where everything starts. Because when we go into the transition plan, we start planning for life outside of high school, whether that be traditional college or workforce or whatever. We want to get that student to be self-sufficient and independent as possible.
Absolutely.
So the first thing that we start with, as far as community-based, it is just that, where we try to link our community with our students in the high school, so that the community helps us to basically help that student to grow and to give them those skills, whether it be through volunteer work, internships, or apprenticeships. We are definitely trying to get the students to a point where they're actually getting some sort of income, but that'll come later, and we'll touch on that first.
Okay.
But as I stated, as far as the transition plan, we have to do a career interest assessment. I don't know if you remember when I was in Clayton County, and I used to go to you guys and say, come on, we got to get these students together. We have to give them a career interest assessment. And how that works is we interview the students, we ask them questions as far as what they like and dislike. And it may change over the years because we started in the 9th grade.
Right.
And every year, as we focus on that, the students' interests may change based on what exposure that they have had. Absolutely. But we have to expose them to different things. We have to nurture. If they say they like something, maybe we may not see it. Our students, they have disabilities, and right away we want to say, oh, you can't do that. Well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to discourage them. If that student says that they want to be in the nursing field, they want to be a doctor, maybe we can find something along that in that area that's going to continue to spark their interest in that.
May not be a doctor, but they can work in the doctor's office or you know, get some type of training.
That's where next career pathways come into play. And I loved career pathways in Clayton County because we had such, and I hear that there's a lot of new hands-on skills training in different schools that's coming about. But we have to encourage our students and get our students in those programs and offer them as much assistance as possible.
Yeah, because all of the students may not want to go to college, you know, and all of them, you know, may not want to do things that their parents want them to do, you know. So this allows them to actually tap into their own interests and what they want to do.
You're exactly right. That's exactly it. And that's where, when we do the career interest assessment, there's also a piece for the individual questionnaire where we get the students to start talking about things that they like, they dislike. What are some of the things? Even reading comic books. I used to love telling students, even when as soon as I got out of the military, that you can get paid for almost anything.
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 Anything. You come up with an idea, you can get paid.
We can get you paid. So along with that, once again, like I said, with community-based, it ties into voc rehab. We have vocational rehab services that a lot of our students and our teachers are not aware of. They do not utilize this organization, and they have such tremendous exposure out in the community and can get these students exposed to so many different levels of training. And like
skills, ability to learn different skills.
Right. They teach them the skills, they provide them, they give them the tools that they might need for different areas, and they get to try out different jobs before they actually get out of high school. So voc rehab, the community, and the school systems, we're all tied in together to make this transition for these students and the parents smooth.
Awesome. So I know that they come in the 9th grade level. Like you said, that's when you first begin your transition plan. And we do know over a period of time that interest changed the same way with us. I remember when I started the college, I wanted to be a school psychologist. By the end time that I got to my junior year, I decided I wanted to change and just go into general psychology. Now, I no longer want to be a school psychologist. So the same way with them, their interests change over time. And every time that happens, their IEP, we're able to help them with whatever else they decide or other interests that they decide.
And that's one of the key reasons why in that IEP, with that transition plan, with the parents and the student, we have to put in steps that we're going to take towards whatever that career goal is. And if it changes, then we have to change with that. But at least give them the opportunity to be exposed to that so they'll know whether they like or dislike that particular job. I mean, I've had students that wanted to go in and said that, oh, well, I want to do hair, I want to do barber. After they were exposed to it for a while, like, this is not what I like. But guess what? They found out before they spent 2, 3, 4 years in college. And paid that money to say, hey, this is not what I
want to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, you all heard her talk about community-based learning, how relevant it is for our students when they begin high school, 9th grade, to start to identify what it is that they want to be when they grow up. Dr. Canty, I thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share? I know you're going to be on many, many more times. Actually, guys, she is going to be instrumental in working with me on some projects that we got going, where we're going to implement some of these programs. So I really do appreciate you coming on, just giving our audience a little bit of how much more you have to give them.
There is lots more. That's a lot more.
So guys, you all will be definitely, please tune in and hear more and more from Dr. Vanessa Canty on community-based learning. You heard it here with Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. Dr. Canty, thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Good night.
Thank you, Dr.